Hello, good morning, and welcome to this On Busters Taste Challenge. I have two single malt Scotch whiskeys. This is Glen Moray Elgin Classic, introduced in 2014, age about 6 years. That's what the website says, an average of 6 years. So give or take a little bit. It's not a set age statement. In its age in ex-bourbon barrels, also according to the website. Now, I hope I do better in this real cork. I hope I do better in this series than I did with the Irish whiskey. The Irish whiskey had me drove, kept getting it wrong. I got it wrong most of the time. Is that because, well, I know what it's because. It's because that private label Irish whiskey called Hyde and Stills from Total Wine and More, it's no better than other Irish whiskeys, but then on the other hand, it's no worse than your mainline Irish whiskey. So see if this thing will focus. Glen Moray Elgin Classic. Unique bottle design. Put the foil cap cover back on it. There we go. Clear bottle. Brown is better, but it's clear. It's very pale straw, so I'm thinking it's a natural color. Okay. Foil cap cover came off. The Benriach. Curiositas. Discontinued, sorry to say. You can check their website. They don't list this one anymore. But this was an interesting experiment to make a smoky Speyside whiskey. Most Speyside's bready, and Isla is where they make the smoky ones. But this one was smoked peat and non-traditional. There's the real cork. Oh, it doesn't want to focus. I opened this up Thursday and tried some. Did a dual review already at David's house, and we liked it. I think his bottle's mostly gone. And I did a solo review, and I loved it. I don't know why they discontinued it. I guess they just like to experiment with things and try something different next time or whatever. They still make a 10-year age. It's just not the Curiositas. Herbie says Super Sunday. That's coming up less than 4 hours. Maxwell, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Maxwell, in the Russian Federation. Herbie says watched Wolf Creek today. All right, I don't know what that is, but I'm glad I hope it was good. Okay, now the Curiositas is even lighter pale, but they're both very pale, very pale. So this is what whiskey looks like when you don't add color into it. Of course, straight bourbon would be dark red, kind of rust red because of the charred oak. Sucks up that charcoal and it gives it that red hue. I would say by the end of next month, we're going to have to start turning on the lamps because it won't be daylight at this time. It'll be pitch black because this is not real time. This is pretend time. This is daylight savings time. All right. Scotch whiskey, you get that nose, that kind of compost pile type of thing. I'll show you this Elgin Classic. I'll show you the website for it if you'd like to see it. Talking about for this one. I can't show you the other one because they don't have none. This is their introductory model. Classic single malt. I figured I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up if I ever get up. So always best to start at the base. Then you can go higher. I'm trying to see something. kind of barrels they age it in. It just says it's imported by Brown-Forman Beverages, Louisville, Kentucky. And if you look on the Brown-Forman website, they list it as one of their brands. And that's because Brown-Forman bought it. Look, the Benriach is one of those distilleries, just like Glen Moray, that went out of business in history. You know, they might make it seem like they've been a continuous making whiskey there since 1898 for Benriach, 1897 for Glen Moray, but they haven't. Not continue, but they're up and running now. Accounts. So there's the website, light gold appearance, the color, and they give you the taste and note. Remember, there was a video there you could watch that told you that it's aged approximately 6 years in ex-bourbon barrels. That's where I got that information. They made the video, so I'm pretty sure they know what they're talking about. It's their product. Okay, onward. Smoke, this is the Benriach. There's win number one. But of course, how would you confuse the two? Answer, you wouldn't. Unless you had some sort of strange inability to smell smoke. You say that whiskey's smoke damage. They must have had a fire and it's got smoke damage. Yeah, I guess some people would look at it like that. So the Elgin Classic, Glen Moray Elgin Classic, has that, it's bready. It's not exactly bursting with flavor. It has a mild bready flavor. It's smooth. There's no bite, no harsh corners, edges. No, I mean, it's just smooth, mellow. You say, but it's basic, huh? Oh, yeah, it's basic. That's why it's got the base price. I paid $24.99. You can buy some Glen Morays that's $324.99. But they're going to be more elaborate. Well, you hope. Okay, now let's go with now how much is the Curiositas? Runs you about $60 right now, if you can find it. 65, 70 at the bad end, 60 at the good end. I found it at Savannah discount for $9.99. I'm not joking. You say a 10-year age single malt Scotch for $9.99. That's a true story. I'm not making that up, and I have a witness because he bought a bottle too. Who in the world is going to pass that up? I know I'm not. Did I need it? No. I got a bunch of single malts on the shelf in the other room that's not open. But I'll get through it. You know, I'll get through them. Might take 50 years. Be 106 doing these. Probably be some kind of thing where you could be in the same room with everybody doing it, even though you're not in the same place. Well, it's smoky. The body's thin, which is good. It's light body. We'll call it light. We don't like to say thin. It finishes crisp or dry, just like the Glen Moray. Is it elaborate or simple? I would say it seems to be more simple. Not very elaborate. But it does have the breadiness, the light bread crust and all. But it's got the smoke, so that's the feature. That's the key feature here. That's the gimmick, or if you want to call it the gimmick. So, was there any particular need to make this product? As you know, there was not. But is it a good thing that they made it? I think so. They're just trying to show, look, you can make a Speyside and it can be smoky. It's not typically done, but there's no law against it. We did it that way. So it's an A+ product. No, well, an A product. I don't know about A+. 95, 95 out of 100 for sure. This one here, I think it comes in about 93. And I take no issue with it. It's a Speyside, and it certainly tastes like one. It's a traditional Speyside Scotch whiskey, single malt, not blended, but well, different malts blended together, I guess, malt whiskeys, but not at a single distillery, but not no grain whiskey. Okay, so do I like it? Well, I wouldn't give it a 93 if I didn't like it. Well, actually, I might, because sometimes I give high scores to things because I can tell they're well made, even though I don't like them. So, I guess the Benriach wins by a couple of points out of 100, but that's a personal preference issue. There was no doubt I would tell them apart. And will I be able to tell it apart from the Tomatin in 2 days? Tomatin Dualcus, or as they call it in Europe and the rest of the world, the Legacy. Oh, of course, I'll get it right. All right, so y'all take care now. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. I'll see you actually in about 2.5 hours for, I'm sorry, 3.5 hours for doing Super Sunday.